Two billionaire twins, living in a mansion dripping with luxury, gold chandeliers, marble floors, and a staff of elite chefs. Every day, the finest maids serve them gourmet meals. Truffle pasta, lobster soufflé, you name it. But here's the kicker, they reject every single dish. Plates are pushed away, untouched. The staff is baffled. Whispers spread through the mansion. What's wrong with the twins? Top chefs from Paris, hired at insane costs, fail to impress. The twins, Ethan and Ella, just shake their heads, unimpressed. The tension in the kitchen is electric. Maids gossip, they're impossible to please. But then, something wild happens. A new maid, Lila, steps in. She's not like the others. Poor, shy, dressed in hand-me-downs, she's barely noticed. Lila's no chef, just a village girl who learned to cook from her grandmother. One day, desperate to help, she offers a simple dish. A rustic vegetable stew, made with love and a secret ingredient. The twins take one bite, and their eyes light up. For the first time, they eat every spoonful. The staff is stunned. Why her food? Lila's story starts in a dusty village, far from the twins' glittering mansion. Born into poverty, she grew up in a one-room hut, cooking with her grandmother over a smoky fire. No fancy tools, no exotic spices, just heart and resourcefulness. Her grandmother taught her recipes passed down for generations, each dish carrying stories of love and survival. Lila's favorite? A simple stew, infused with a secret her grandmother swore would warm any soul. Back at the mansion, the twins' rejection of gourmet meals has everyone on edge. Chefs are fired daily, their egos crushed. The head butler, Mr. Grayson, is losing his mind trying to please Ethan and Ella. What do they want? He snaps. Enter Lila, hired out of desperation to clean floors, not cook. She's invisible to the staff, mocked for her worn clothes. But one chaotic evening, when another chef storms out, Lila sees her chance. Nervously, she steps into the kitchen, her hands trembling as she chops vegetables from the garden. The other maids scoff, her food? For billionaires? Lila ignores them, stirring her stew with care, whispering her grandmother's secret. When the bowl is set before the twins, the room freezes. Ethan sniffs, skeptical. Ella raises an eyebrow. One taste, and their faces change, shock, then joy. They demand more. The staff gasps. Why does Lila's simple dish succeed where Michelin star chefs failed? What's in that stew? Stick around, because the twins are about to reveal something that'll flip this story upside down. The mansion buzzes with gossip after Lila's stew wins over Ethan and Ella. The other maids glare, jealous, whispering, how did she do it? Lila's stunned too, but she keeps quiet, scrubbing pots while stealing glances at the twins. Ethan and Ella aren't just spoiled billionaires. They're enigmatic, always whispering to each other, their eyes carrying a strange sadness. Why do they reject every dish except Lila's? The answer lies in a secret the twins guard closely. Years ago, before their billionaire status, Ethan and Ella weren't raised in luxury. They grew up in a small town, not unlike Lila's village, with a single mother who struggled to feed them. Her cooking? Simple, hearty meals, much like Lila's stew. One dish, a vegetable stew, was their favorite, made with love and a unique spice blend their mother swore by. After a tragic accident took her, the twins inherited their fortune but lost their joy. Gourmet meals couldn't replace that warmth, that taste of home. Lila's stew, though, was different. It wasn't just food. It was a memory, a bridge to their past. The twins start requesting Lila's cooking daily, ignoring the fancy chefs. Mr. Grayson, the butler, smells opportunity and pushes Lila to reveal her recipe. She hesitates, guarding her grandmother's secret. But the twins aren't just craving food. They're drawn to Lila's kindness, her humility. Lila's stew has turned the mansion upside down. The twins, Ethan and Ella, now refuse every dish except hers, and the staff's jealousy boils over. The head chef, Marcel, a culinary snob with 3 Michelin stars, feels humiliated. A village girl outshines me? He fumes, plotting to sabotage Lila. The maids, once dismissive, now spy on her, desperate to uncover her secret. Mr. Grayson, the butler, sees Lila as a golden ticket to impress the twins and secure his position. He corners her, demanding, "What's in that stew?" Lila, nervous but firm, mumbles, "Just love and a family recipe." Grayson isn't convinced. He wants that recipe to control the twins' favor. Meanwhile, Ethan and Ella invite Lila to dine with them, a first for any maid. The staff gasps as Lila sits, awkward in her patched dress, across from the Billionaire twins. Over dinner, the twins open up. "Your stew reminds us of our mom," Ella says softly. Ethan nods, it's like she's here again. Lila's heart aches, she sees their pain, so like her own. But trouble brews. Marcel slips into the kitchen, tampering with Lila's ingredients, hoping she'll fail. The next day, Lila prepares her stew, unaware of the sabotage. As the twins take a bite, their faces freeze. Something's off. Did Marcel ruin everything? Or is there another twist? Lila's secret ingredient is more than a spice. It's tied to her past, and the twins are about to uncover it. The mansion holds its breath as Ethan and Ella push their bowls away. Lila's stew, always perfect, tastes wrong, bitter, off. Lila's heart sinks. She knows something's been tampered with. The twins' disappointed eyes cut deeper than any insult. Marcel, the head chef, smirks from the shadows, thinking his sabotage worked. He'd swapped Lila's secret spice with a cheap substitute, hoping to disgrace her. The other maids whisper, she's done for. But Lila's not one to crumble. She apologizes, promising to fix it, and rushes to the kitchen. Alone, she inspects her supplies and spots the tampered jar. Furious but calm, she vows to expose the culprit. Meanwhile, the twins aren't angry, they're curious. Ethan says, "No one's food ever felt like home until yours." What happened? Lila hesitates, then shares a piece of her story. Her grandmother's spice blend, a family heirloom, holds memories of love and resilience. The twins, moved, demand a new batch. Lila works through the night, recreating her stew with fresh ingredients, her hands steady with purpose. By morning, the aroma fills the mansion, drawing everyone in. The twins taste it, pure bliss. They smile, and Ella whispers, it's her again. But Marcel's not done. He spreads lies, claiming Lila stole his recipe. Mr. Grayson, torn between loyalty to the twins and Marcel's influence, questions Lila's honesty. The tension's thick. Will Lila be fired? Or will the twins stand by her? Lila's stew is back to perfection, and the twins can't get enough. Ethan and Ella now insist she cooks every meal, ignoring Marcel's fancy dishes. The mansion's staff is split. Some admire Lila's grit, others seethe with envy. Marcel, humiliated, doubles down, spreading rumors that Lila's a fraud. Mr. Grayson, the butler, calls a meeting, grilling Lila about her recipe. "Where'd you learn to cook like that?" he snaps. Lila, nervous but honest, shares more. Her grandmother's spice blend came from a woman she worked for decades ago, a kind lady who loved simple meals. The twins overhear this and freeze. Ethan whispers, "What was her name?" Lila hesitates, then says, "Clara." The twins' faces pale. Clara was their mother's name. Could it be? Flashbacks hit them. Clara, cooking stews in their childhood home, humming the same tune Lila does in the kitchen. They press Lila for details. Her grandmother worked for a family in a small town, 2 kids, a modest house. It matches perfectly. The twins realize Lila's grandmother was their mother's maid, the one who taught Clara that stew recipe. Lila's secret spice? It's the same one their mother used. The twins are shaken. This isn't just food, it's fate. They confront Marcel, demanding he stop targeting Lila. But Marcel's desperate, slipping a bitter herb into her next batch to ruin her for good. Will his plan work? Or will Lila's bond with the twins save her? The mansion is electric with tension. Ethan and Ella, reeling from the revelation that Lila's grandmother worked for their mother, Clara, treat Lila like family. They demand she join them for every meal, sharing stories of their childhood. Lila's heart swells, she feels a bond she can't explain. But Marcel, the head chef, is furious. His sabotage failed once, but he's not giving up. He digs into Lila's past, hoping to discredit her. Meanwhile, Lila finds an old photo in her grandmother's recipe book, tucked away in her tiny room. It shows her grandmother, young and smiling, with a woman who looks strikingly like the twins' mother. On the back, in faded ink, "Clara and me, 1995. Lila's stunned. Her grandmother never mentioned this connection. She confronts the twins, showing them the photo. Ella gasps, "That's Mom." Ethan's eyes narrow, piecing it together. Their mother, Clara, wasn't just a client. She and Lila's grandmother were best friends. Clara learned the stew recipe from her, blending a rare spice from their village. The twins realize Lila's cooking isn't just nostalgic, it's a living piece of their mother's legacy. But Marcel overhears, plotting his final move. He swaps Lila's spice jar with a toxic mix, hoping to sicken the twins and frame her. The next meal is served, and the twins dig in, unaware. Lila notices a strange smell just as Ethan coughs. Panic sets in. Has Marcel gone too far? Chaos erupts in the mansion. Ethan clutches his throat, coughing, while Ella drops her spoon, her face pale. Lila's heart races. She smells the off-putting taint in the stew and yanks the bowls away. "Don't eat," she shouts, her voice trembling. The twins, confused but trusting, stop. The staff gathers, whispering, as Lila inspects the dish. She recognizes the faint, bitter scent of a toxic herb, not her grandmother's spice. Marcel, lurking nearby, feigns concern, but his eyes betray his guilt. Lila's no fool, she knows sabotage when she sees it. She storms to the kitchen, finding her spice jar tampered with again. Furious, she confronts Marcel in front of Mr. Grayson and the staff. "You did this," she accuses, holding up the tainted jar. Marcel scoffs, "Prove it, village girl." But Lila's quick. She'd saved a sample of her original spice. She demands a test. The twins, shaken but supportive, back her up. "Do it," Ethan orders. A local herbalist confirms the truth. Marcel's herb was dangerous, meant to sicken, not kill. The twins are livid. Grayson, finally seeing Marcel's deceit, fires him on the spot. Marcel storms out, vowing revenge. Lila's shaken but relieved, her bond with the twins stronger than ever. They apologize, insisting she's more than a maid, she's family. But a new mystery looms. Why was Lila's grandmother so close to Clara? The twins dig into their mother's old journals, hinting at a deeper secret. The mansion feels lighter with Marcel gone, but Lila's mind races. Why was her grandmother so connected to the twins' mother, Clara? Ethan and Ella, determined to uncover the truth, pull out their mother's old journals, stored in a dusty attic. Lila joins them, her heart pounding as they flip through yellowed pages. Clara's handwriting tells a story. She and Lila's grandmother, Rose, weren't just friends, they were like sisters. Rose was Clara's confidant, teaching her to cook, sharing the stew recipe that became a family treasure. But there's more. A journal entry hints at a promise. "Rose, if anything happens to me, look after my twins." Lila's breath catches. Her grandmother never mentioned this. The twins, stunned, realize Rose kept Clara's memory alive through Lila's cooking. Ethan finds a letter tucked in the journal, addressed to Rose, thanking her for a spice blend that heals the soul. It's the same blend Lila uses. The twins tear up, seeing Lila as a link to their mother's love. But the letter mentions a hidden keepsake, a locket Clara gave Rose, meant for her family. Lila remembers her grandmother's locket, stored in her village. Could it hold another clue? The twins insist Lila retrieve it, offering to fund her trip. Lila hesitates. She's never left the mansion since arriving. Will she find answers or more questions? The staff, now respecting Lila, rally to support her. Lila returns to her village, heart heavy with hope and fear, funded by the twins. Ethan and Ella wait anxiously in the mansion, clutching their mother's journal. Lila digs through her grandmother's old trunk, finding the locket, a simple silver piece with a tiny clasp. Inside, a faded photo of Clara with 2 babies, and a note. "Rose, you're their guardian angel." Lila's stunned. Her grandmother wasn't just Clara's friend, she was entrusted to protect Ethan and Ella. The note hints at a will, hidden in Clara's hometown, naming Rose as the twins' caretaker if tragedy struck. Lila rushes back, locket in hand, and shows it to the twins. Tears stream down Ella's face. Ethan's voice cracks, "You're part of us." They dig deeper, finding Clara's will in a lawyer's office. It confirms Rose's role and leaves a small fortune for her family, Lila's family. Lila's no longer just a maid, she's an heir to Clara's love and legacy. The twins insist she stay, not as staff but as family. They transform her life, funding her dream to open a small restaurant serving her grandmother's recipes. The mansion staff, once jealous, now celebrates her. Lila's stew becomes a sensation, drawing crowds, going viral online. The twins, healed by her food and their shared past, find peace. Lila's restaurant, named Clara's Kitchen, honors their bond. The locket rests on Lila's neck, a symbol of love across generations. Comment: Family, if this moved you,